Charleston has shocked the entire internet by publicly siding with 50 Cent after the alleged brutal beating of Lil Meech, despite years of hating 50, saying loud and clear, "I may hate that ninja, but I hate a disloyal snitch even more." And just like that, the loudest voice in the street stood beside his sworn enemy. And the hip-hop world hasn't stopped spinning since. For a man who's made a career off calling out rappers, snitches, fake thugs, and hypocrites, Charleston's take on the 50 Cent versus Lil Meech drama wasn't just another rant. It was an explosion of truth. And it came at a moment when no one expected him to take 50 Cent's side. Not after all the beef, not after all the disrespect, but in classic Charleston fashion, he did the unexpected and reminded everyone that his loyalty lies not with personalities, but with principles. Let's rewind for those who missed the smoke. Weeks ago, the streets started whispering something dangerous. Lil Meech, son of Big Meech, and the once glorified star of 50 Cent's hit show BMF, had allegedly snitched. The claims? That after being removed from the show and falling out with 50, Lil Meech opened his mouth a little too much, talking about some of the BMF underground ties that weren't supposed to see daylight. The moment those whispers reached 50's ears, the G-Unit boss didn't wait for confirmation. Word is, Lil Meech got pulled aside, pressed, and then handled. Now, let's be real. There's no official police report, no surveillance footage, no names named. But the streets? They're talking loud. Everyone says Meech came back different. And while he stayed silent, the internet hasn't. The story exploded. Fans were divided. Some called 50 a monster. Others called him a real one for enforcing the code. But then, like gasoline on an already raging fire, Charleston jumped into the conversation. At first, folks thought he'd tear into 50. After all, Charleston and 50 Cent have had a rocky history. Charleston has called him all sorts of names, questioned his gangster, mocked his past, even disrespected his legacy. But instead of keeping that same energy, Charleston switched the whole narrative. In a now viral live stream, Charleston stared dead into the camera, eyes cold and voice sharp. "Yeah, I don't like 50 Cent. I think he a snake. I think he a liar. But you know what I hate more than 50? A goddamn snitch. Especially a disloyal one. That boy, Meech, he done broke the code. And when you break the code, you get broken." That single quote shook the culture. Not because of its brutality, but because of the truth inside it. Charleston's position was clear. No matter how much personal beef he had with 50, when it came to street ethics, Meech crossed a line. And Charleston wasn't about to let that slide. To him, disloyalty is the ultimate crime. Worse than disrespect, worse than backstabbing, even worse than hatred. And let's be honest, Charleston knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. He understands that siding with 50 is a massive move. It realigns energy. It changes the battleground. Because if a man like Charleston, who's made a name destroying rapper reputations, comes out defending 50, that says something. That means the issue isn't personal anymore. It's moral. Charleston elaborated in another post. That Lil boy Meech, he had it all. 50 gave him the bag, the fame, the chance to play his own daddy. And what'd he do? He run his mouth to the wrong people. You can't do that. That's how real men die. That's how empires fall. 50 did what needed to be done. To Charleston, it wasn't about the violence. It was about justice. About what happens when loyalty is treated like an option instead of a lifestyle. And from that perspective, Lil Meech's actions weren't just reckless. They were dangerous. Now, what makes this even more dramatic is the cultural weight behind the names involved. Charleston's voice holds power. Whether you love him or hate him, he's not afraid to speak on the taboo. He's gone after legends. He's mocked street codes. He's even called out Big Meech himself before. So for this man to say, 50 was right, you know it wasn't clout chasing. It was conviction. And this isn't Charleston's first time enforcing the code. He's always been loud about snitches. He's never cared if you were blood, crip, rapper, activist. Once you break the code, you're on his radar. And that radar don't miss. So when Lil Meech's name popped up in connection with leaking BMF secrets, Charleston didn't hesitate. Meanwhile, 50 Cent hasn't directly responded to Charleston's endorsement, but you can bet he saw it. People from 50's circles started reposting clips. Gina affiliates were seen liking Charleston's rants. Some even said 50 invited Charleston to chop it up privately after his take went viral. And if that's true, that's major, because it means a possible alliance is forming between two of the most dangerous mouths in the game. Let's not forget, Charleston has never been shy about exposing hypocrisy in hip-hop. He's accused artists of glorifying murder, scamming, snitching, and fronting for cameras. But he's also praised those who play by the rules, even if he doesn't like them. And that's what this moment is about. It's not about 50 and Charleston becoming best friends. It's about something bigger, about unity through principle. Charleston explained it best himself. I ain't got to like you to stand with you. You uphold the code, then I rock with that. Period. And that right there, that's the kind of energy that's missing in today's culture. Too many people are blinded by loyalty to people instead of loyalty to principles. Charleston may be controversial, but in this case, he's reminding everyone of something deeper. Loyalty matters. Silence matters. The code matters. And if you break it, don't cry when the consequences pull up wearing a Gina hoodie. Now, where does this leave Lil Meech? He's silent. Still no official response. No denial. No rebuttal. Just photos with Rick Ross. Club appearances. A few cryptic captions on Instagram. Some fans think he's waiting for the smoke to clear. Others think he's scared. But if he's hoping Charleston's support will shift, forget it.